Welcome back, dear students. Here again we are with the part 3 session of this video. So, I'll be just brushing up your two parts of explanation that we have done. So, we had discussed about the poem On Children written by Khalil Gibran. He has written a book called On Prophet. From this book, the present second year PUC syllabus has been extracted from you, and the first two lines that they have given is, and the woman who held a babe against the bosom said, speak to us of our children. And he said, he is a prophet here. And all these things we had seen in our previous class. Okay, the first two stanzas I have done. If you have not seen, go to part 1 and part 2 that I have uploaded, and you will get all the explanations there. Now we are moving on to the last and very important segment of this poem, very beautifully narrated segment of this poem by the poet or the prophet. Okay, the prophet is trying to tell here, you are the bows from which your children are the living arrows are sent forth. Very beautiful example that the poet is giving here. Okay, what the poet is trying to tell is, see, a bow and arrow comparison here. You are the bow. Bow is what we call in Kannada is billu. Arrow is bana. So bow is parent and arrow is children comparatively. Okay. So I put a note also that this is important. Bow is compared to parent and the arrow is compared to children. Parents are bow, arrow is for children. Okay, next. The same, you are the bows from which your children and the living arrows are sent forth. The archer, now the bow and arrow should be held by somebody, isn't it? So if you remember Arjuna was the archer. He used to have his bow and he used to make use of the arrow to focus on something. So bow and arrow are two different things, as you can see here in this slide. The archer is God, bow is parent, arrow children, archer is God. Okay, for 1 marks this will be asked. What is the bow referred to? The bow is referred to parent. What is the arrow referred to? The arrow is referred to the children. Who is the archer? The archer is the god. However, poet has not told it directly, but it is implied meaning that we are getting. The archer sees the mark upon the path of infinity. Very beautiful line. I'll try to explain it. However, it's not that easy to explain. The archer sees the mark upon the path of infinity. See, if you are holding a bow and arrow in your hand, you will be focusing it on something, isn't it? So, the archer is seeing, as you can see here, he has to focus it on something. Okay, the focus board is here, as you can see in this slide. The archer has to focus first and he has to pull the bow and he has to leave the arrow. So, he is focusing and leaving the arrow. The archer is God. Okay, he is pulling the parents. That means the parents who are having difficulties in their life should be stable. That is what he is trying to tell. Okay, the parents should be stable. The God is pointing this arrow, that is child, towards the path of infinity. Infinite is something that never ends. What is he trying to tell? In my earlier slide I had told you that, okay, in my earlier slide I had shown you how God is referred, isn't it? How human being is born. See, this slide I had explained you that center point is supreme soul and all other points are souls. Certain souls have come apart from that supreme soul in order to get certain experience, isn't it? Similarly, the parents are also getting some experience, the children are also getting certain experience. So what the poet is trying to tell is, You are the bow. You refers to parents here. You are the bow from which your children are the living arrow sent forth. Okay, parents and children are used by God, that means archer, to focus on the path of infinity. From where you have come, he is focusing on the same thing to merge you back there. That is the concept. Okay, so from where you had come, he is merging you for the same thing. He is asking you to go back to the same thing. Okay, these slides are explaining you those things. Okay, next concept is, as you can see here, let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness. The archer has to bend the bow. That means parents who are facing certain difficulties in their life in order to bring up their children, maybe financially, maybe what we call emotionally, maybe in terms of anything that matters, health wise, physically, emotionally, or in that way the parents are bent, that means they are tested, and the bow should not turn here and there. The bow should be stable. Parents' mentality should be stable. They should not bend. If at all they bend, the arrow will not focus. The arrow will not go to the direction that God is asking us to move on with. I hope this concept is quite clear. The next concept that the poet is telling is, for he, even as he loves the arrow that flies. See, it is usually told that God loves children, isn't it? So parents are also the child of God, children of God, and the child is also the child of God, isn't it? Parent, both father and mother, along with the child, are all together a family of God, isn't it? So the bow is loved by God. Similarly, the arrow is also loved by God. So here the poet is making things quite clear. Let the bending in the archer's hand be for gladness. Let the bending in the archer's hand be for gladness. Whatever comes in your life, you should not shake your faith. You should not shake your responsibilities. You should be stiff. You should be stable. You should focus on your goal, that your arrow should reach the destination. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness. Okay, for he even loves the arrow that he flies. So he loves, look at the last line, so he loves the bow that is stable. If the arrow has to go forward, the bow has to be stable. If the bow is not stable, if the bow is broken, if the bow is not in a position to move, then it is highly impossible that the arrow will move further. The bow should be stable. It should withstand every problems. It should hold. It should make itself flexible in the hand of the archer to make the arrow go swift and far. Only then it can reach the goal. See, the goal is reached, and what is that goal? The path of infinity. From where you have come, you will be merging there. The same concept, the same philosophy the prophet is giving you, and it is all about your poem on children. And this is what we had discussed in the last two parts, and here our third part comes to an end. I hope you have clearly understood the concept. All the three parts have been explained to you. If there are any doubts, please let me know, and write it in the comment section where I can clear all your doubts. I have uploaded all the two videos. You can just go through it and you can analyze things in a better way. I hope the video is helpful for you. Have a nice time. Thank you.